tapestry of human experience, each individual thread contributes to the collective fabric of consciousness. From ancient wisdom traditions to modern insights, humanity's shared journey reveals the interconnectedness of all beings. How can we honor and learn from the diverse perspectives woven into the tapestry of our collective consciousness? Dr. Tony Nader. Welcome to the 7th session of our special assembly on the future of the worldwide TM organization. We will begin our session today because we had a little schedule start confusion because I announced that we would start at 8 o'clock Central European summertime, but the schedule officially said 8:15, so we kind of meet in the middle. And because we have a few extra minutes before the official start, we thought we will share with you a short 3-minute video of one of our most senior consciousness advisors, Paul Gelderloos, who shares his experience as a consciousness advisor, and it's a really nice kind of transition from this afternoon session to where we explored the application of the knowledge of consciousness more in practical terms in creating happy relationships, and we'll just bring it back now to the Consciousness Advisor program. So let's go ahead and enjoy this short video.
Hi, yes, I just started out this month with the Consciousness Advisor program. About 16 people signed up for the intake. Actually, half of them just wanted to chat about their meditation experiences. Actually, 2 I just gave a checking only, but the other half signed up for the paid sessions. And people are just very, very intrigued by the whole program, the whole scala of things that Marishi brought out and they were not aware with from the beginning. Marishi had it all at different places here and there, and Maharaja very nicely brought it together in one integrated whole, one integrated structure. And people really enjoy to be exposed to that and see how they can connect that with their own lives, to what they're doing and where they're going. So the whole thing is just a very, very nice experience for me, but especially for our clients.
Wonderful. Yes, these are little glimpses just from the side, and I know from other colleagues who have been working also and giving consciousness advisor sessions how fulfilling it is not only to partake in these consciousness advisor sessions, but really seeing and supporting a person on their consciousness journey, really unlocking more and more of their potential in these different ways, which is a really self-referral journey too, because the person has the choice to see where they take the journey based on their interests. So it's very enriching to hear. Now, we will continue our journey, our consciousness journey, and tonight we will explore some more highlights of projects around the world with a little journey that will go on in a tour around the world. And we'll begin our tour with some of the most transformative and beautiful projects that are emerging and really helping raise collective consciousness around the world. And then you'll have an opportunity to hear more about some of the exciting and large projects, including research projects on transcendental meditation that is led by the David Lynch Foundation, especially in the United States. And then we'll round out our session with exploring the Consciousness Advisor program in the light of Maharishi's principles of teaching as he expounded them in his commentary on the Bhagavad Gita, and you'll learn more. It's one of the most commented epics from the Vedic knowledge that we find throughout history. So it's a really beautiful universal principles of teaching that you'll hear about. Now, first of all, I'd like to
And America, I like just
Dr.
to let
Bevan
you know
Morris,
I am
the
connected
Prime
with you.
Minister of the Global Country of World Peace and Chair of the Board of Directors of the Brahmananda Saraswati Foundation, to take us on the tour for TM projects around the world and really some inspiring news. So welcome, Dr. Bevan Morris.
Jai Gurudev, I just want to welcome Dr. Morris and everyone and let you know I'm connected.
Anuraka. Could we see the first slide and the next one? Here is Maharshi Mahesh Yogi, the very source of the science and technology of consciousness. Dr. Neda felt that we have seen incredible projects and amazing stories from India, Nepal, United States, and Latin America. But it would be very nice to actually have a glimpse, at least, of some other highlights from other parts of the world. So this is just a glimpse of highlights. Next. A group of 26 new leaders of the Global Country of World Peace have graduated. Here they are at the Maharshi Peace Palace at Rendlesham in England. They are taking responsibility from today for 41 countries and also programs for women in 37 countries. The theme Maharshi gave for this course is Saubhagya Vidatha, the bestower of good fortune. This is their role. In the last year, 50,000 plus people have learned transcendental meditation in 95 countries. And of course, that's in addition to the tens of thousands in the Himalayas and throughout India who've learned in the special projects, and also in Mexico and Peru and Colombia. So congratulations with all of this to all the governors and Maharshi Vedic experts of the Global Country of World Peace, and to the consciousness advisors of the Global Country of World Peace for all these achievements, and to all the members of the Purusha and Mother Divine programs who silently bless the world every day, and to all the yogic flyers everywhere who practice their technology of consciousness together for world harmony and peace. There are now 160 teachers of advanced techniques of transcendental meditation and 154 transcendental meditation city administrators. There have been recent courses to train many more, and the goal is to have a man and a woman teacher in both those programs in every country in the world. There are already now advanced program teachers in 70 countries. 3,500 learned advanced techniques this last year in 50 countries, and 1,400 learned the Transcendental Meditation City program in 25 countries. In the last year, 112 new teachers of Transcendental Meditation have been trained. This is Maharshi International University with the Maharshi Vedic Observatory in the front and the Vastu main building. Maharshi International University had a record graduating class this year of 853 students from 66 countries. Here is a picture of the graduation day in the Maharshi Patanjali Golden Dome of Pure Knowledge. Maharshi International University also celebrating the 50th anniversary by its faculty of the discovery of the Maharshi effect, the field effect of consciousness, really the most important scientific discovery of all time. Here are the golden domes of Maharshi International University and the yogic flyers flying inside the dome blissfully. And we could just pause here for a moment. There is in the domes a program called the Invincible America Assembly, and this in itself is a very high achievement in the world. Here are a couple of experiences from the participants who come from all around the world, actually, not just America. During morning program, I found myself deeply absorbed in a silent, thoughtless, glowing, infinite field of luscious well-being. After sitting absorbed in this way for some time, free from thinking, an insight gently passed through my awareness. Aham Veda, I am Ved. As soon as this happened, the entire infinite glowing wholeness swelled up and as if gently but powerfully surged forward. The swelling liveliness felt infinitely joyful, lively, and self-perpetuating. It was not dependent on anything else whatsoever. And a second one. I experience a wonderful pleasure and delight that seems radiant and full of light in various forms, ranging from liquid to plasma-like to electricity-like, almost like in the basis of the spine, this super high frequency massage. And a third one. I've been aware for a long time of a natural stillness that is always present as my awareness. At first, it was more like an uninvolved, abstract, awake knowing that has, with repeated exposure in my transcendental meditation and TMCD program, gradually become more obvious in activity until it is now a perceived, awake silence that I know and experience all the time. It does not need my attention to be. The self-awake repose simply is just part of my life. So this is the Invincible America Assembly. So we can go to the next slide. The next slide. Brain-to-brain synchrony. Travis and Kleinschnitz have found that brainwave coherence increases in a meditator in the proximity of large coherence-creating groups. Next one. And a meta-analysis of 60 studies showed transcendental meditation is significantly more effective than other treatments of PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. Next one. And transcendental meditation in impoverished women in Africa, by Dr. Leslie Goldstein. This has just been published, that the transcendental meditation practice increased their self-esteem, self-efficacy, and quality of life for impoverished women. And here they are, there's Dr. Goldstein and some of her ladies. In Australia, there is Maharishi Vedic Research Institute, and they have had, in the last year or so, 13 published studies in some of the world's leading peer-reviewed journals on 53,000 meditating students and their teachers in Peru. And they've also conducted research on Maharishi Vastu architecture, as well as collaborative research with the Ministry of Ayush, that's a medical ministry, natural medicine, of the Indian government. The Health Ministry of Dr. Neda is offering courses in all Maharishi Ayurvedic modalities, including Maharishi Light Therapy with Gems, Maharishi Ayurveda Aromatherapy, Maharishi Yoga Asanas, Maharishi Ayurveda Mama Therapy, Vedic Dance, Jyotish, and Vastu. This is the Soma Maharishi Ayurveda Health Center in Geburtskirchen in Austria. When the Great Assembly was held in December, January, with 11,000 altogether, over 4,000 people traveled from all over the world. And I just want to give great credit to the Rajas and the national directors and the governors and all those who donated to bring them. For example, next one, the 7 Kenyan governors came all the way from Africa to attend. Here they are with Dr. Chris Crow and Dr. Ann Crow. Next. And groups from all the different nationalities. Here is the Canadian group, for example. The Maharshi Jyotish and personal Maharshi Yagyas are supporting over 1,000 Maharshi Vedic Pandits performing Graha Shanti, that means creating peace with the cosmic counterparts, and more than 7,000 young Maharshi Vedic Pandits in India and Nepal are now under training through Maharshi Jyotish and Yagya Foundation. 168 countries this last year have been blessed with Maharshi National Yagyas. 4,300 were performed in all, and 69 countries have been blessed with special yagyas for individuals. There are 316 active ambassadors of this program who coordinate this. This building is the former headquarters of the Anglo-American Mining Corporation, one of the largest corporations in the world. And they donated this building to the Maharshi Invincibility Institute in Johannesburg, even though there were about 10 different groups, including famous South African universities, who were vying to get this gift. But they decided to give it to Maharshi Invincibility Institute. And they said the reason was that they were trying to do something for the youth of South Africa, and Maharshi Invincibility Institute was doing the most to improve the life of the youth in South Africa. Next. Maharshi Invincibility Institute, in all its campuses, 3,041 students, and that includes now a school in Johannesburg with 355, 2,011 students in Johannesburg, and the new building that I just showed has 1,100 of these students, and that will increase to 1,350 shortly. And they're constantly making new siddhas, and we have here Claude Newell-Leslauer, who, with Dr. Richard Piker, are the great force behind all of this. In the last 12 months, the 170 university-level students have become siddhas, and 100 Maharshi school students and staff members. And also, not only in South Africa, but in Zimbabwe, for the first time in many decades, the city's course has been completed there. So here are some of the images of they have men's groups and women's groups, next one, and like that. And then also very sweetly, yes, the high school, next one. So it brings to 530 flying siddhas at this moment. And by December, they'll have 800 in South Africa and Zimbabwe. And the experience reported by Dr. Piker is enormous changes in joy for the youngsters, self-confidence, health, academic ability, and growth to enlightenment. And of course, they're radiating coherence. Here's one of the courses again. South Africa. And this is the group in Zimbabwe of high school students who've learned the cities. Just wait 1 second. And Dr. Claude Newell-Leslauer told one charming story that those who practice the cities will understand best, that when one of the girls had learned, she was so moved by the depth of her experience and the melting of her heart that when she first performed, tears were pouring down her face. It's really so powerful for these youngsters, and this is a great step towards coherence for the whole of Africa. This is Ezemvelo. This is a nature reserve that was donated to Maharshi Invincibility Institute. This is where the students go for their flying blocks. Those pictures we just saw were from there, I think. Next. And they're going to build a flying hall there, nice Vastu flying hall. Okay. So that was South Africa and Zimbabwe. Now, since January, 3,700 indigenous people from 13 tribes in northern Tanzania have learned transcendental meditation, and 40% of them belong to the Maasai tribe. Yes, here is an image of the teachers who go out to very remote locations to give the initiation, and the Maasai people are all of the different groups are totally convinced that it brings good luck and good balance in nature for them. In East Congo, Raja Felix reports that 20,000 students and parents have learned transcendental meditation, all taught by 3 governors. And here they are. So Bamande, Nancy, and Clovis, incredible achievement that they have done. Go on. And they go out again to very remote places on this, for example, on this track. And then it's such an incredible relief to these people young people who have had so much stress and fear in their life. Go on. And here are some of the youngsters. So they're in schools, in orphanages. Yeah. And this is the little ones walking meditation. They do transcendental meditation for children. And this is the bishop who is sponsoring, looking after this whole thing. I really like the fact that his shirt has the logo, the tree logo on it. You can see, very nice. Next one. So here are the kids meditating, and one of the ladies meditating. Yeah. And also in Mbale, in Uganda, the girls, this is an Ideal Girls School, they have now learned the cities as well. So we are grateful to Atman and Zora coming from Algeria to teach them. The Dhammajarani Retire School in Thailand has now 1,064 students, K through 12. Here's a picture of just a couple of days ago of the meeting. And the school has hundreds of students who are yogic flyers, and the school is focused on achieving the super radiance number for Thailand. Here they are in the biggest flying hall, yogic flying hall in the world, that was built there by Ajahn Yai, the Buddhist nun who created this school. 49 students graduated and all were accepted to university. And it's kind of remarkable because many of them have come from backgrounds where there was no education at all. And so they come up to a very high level through this incredible school. Here are the girls, some of the girls. Now, very soon, our great Minister of Architecture, Dr. Aki Hartman, will present on Maharshi's Global Family Chat the total picture of all that is going on with Vastu architecture, Vedic architecture in harmony with natural law. But he's given me a few slides, so I give a glimpse of what he's going to go into in depth. Fortunately, the Edinburgh Maharshi Peace Palace was opened very recently. Beautiful building you can see in Edinburgh, the capital of Scotland. And great news, yes, no, you can go ahead. In a spot that Maharshi put a huge attention on, right on the border between the warring factions in Belfast. This building is now being constructed. The scaffolding has gone up at least. And so this will be a Maharshi Peace Palace in Belfast on the dividing line. This is a small Maharshi Peace Palace in Lelystad here in the Netherlands. This is the Maharshi Peace Palace of Lebanon, which is now under construction. Next one. And we see some of the buildings. It's on top of a ridge surrounded by pine trees. Beautiful, I went there. But in the meantime, Susan Hamsa reports that one of the local siddhas has invited all the siddhas, the yogic flyers, to come to this house, which was built according to Vastu, to do their program together there until they have the big peace palace. This building is now going up in Pakistan, supported by one of the new Rajas. It's under construction, and keep going. And in Ukraine, this is just a drawing, but they're very close to finishing this building. Next one. So here's from the inside, they're still working on it. In Rostov, in Russia, they're now building a Maharishi Peace Palace also. And in Nepal, I think everyone has already heard, there's the Vyas retreat. This is under construction, and we have with us Dr. Kingsley Brooks and Leslie and Hagen Rainbow, and they are constructing this 35-room facility. Next one. So you can see it's right by the lake and has an incredible view of the highest peaks of the Himalayas. Yeah. A new campus is being built also in Nepal for Maharishi Vedic Pandits in Japa. So this is one of how the buildings will look. Next. And it's under construction, as you can see. Next. And this is the construction that's happening just right here. The luxury apartment building, the residential hall, and the administrative center. And there's a fourth building not pictured. It's also under construction. So this is a completely new phase here. And in addition, go ahead, beautiful new houses are being constructed by the Rajas, by the chief administrators. Both of these are in that category, just nearby to where we're sitting, here at Meru. And this is the Maharishi Peace Park. This is a beautiful place to live, in case you had the feeling to come here. It's really an incredible place, these new buildings coming up, this beautiful park. The whole thing is just fantastic. So it's great to come here and spend time here and live here if you can. Dr. Vikram in Thailand has now all the funding he announced on Guru Purnima Day to complete this Maharishi Tower of Invincibility in Bangkok. So this will now, and he builds quite quickly, so this will go up very soon now. Yes. In England, we have the Maharishi Garden Village on the left there, and this whole extra piece of land is now fully approved for 75 new houses and apartments in the direction of having a community there with 800 siddhas, yogic flyers, creating peace for the whole of the United Kingdom. In Erfurt in Germany, there's this beautiful building that was built by Dr. Lila Maria Hartmann-Stein and Raja Eckhart Stein. And right next to it now, another complex. Yes, this is going up now. Next is Maharishi Veda Park, right next to that other building where lots of people can live together and create coherence for the whole of Germany. This is the capital for the Mother Divine program, special program for women in the Himalayas, now complete. And this is the new building being constructed in Livingston Manor, New York. And you can see it's now, the basement is under construction in the middle there, and then the wings where all of these 48 suites will be. So it's now progressing, it's being built quite rapidly. At MIU, there are another 37 units within walking distance of the dome, built according to Vedic architecture in harmony with natural law, to add to the 180 units that have already been built, and most of them are pre-sold. Keep going. So this is how it looks. And just quickly, some things from the Ministry of Education. In Nepal, there are 8 secondary schools with 2,000 students practicing transcendental meditation. In Mauritius, a university with 6,000 students is introducing. Maharishi School in Iowa has once again been named the #1 K through 12 school private school in Iowa. And in Australia and Canada, they have now a transcendental meditation teacher training course for school teachers to become able to teach within their school. And also this course, The Science of Greater Intelligence, Ties to the Universe, being taught in 16 countries. almost there. Georgia is really thriving with young, dynamic leaders. It's a great thing that's happening to Georgia, yes. And in Ukraine, they have the ladies, 1,000 Ladies for World Peace. And this is one of the group pictures of them. Life is very difficult for them there, but these ladies are very determined to create peace for their country. Vietnam held its first Center Invincibility course conducted by Eileen Fu. Here they are. Next. And in Turkey, they're also always working to create coherence, and they held continuing assemblies even after the 11,000. In India, they kept going in Antalya to keep coherence, growing. Dr. Chris Kroll and Dr. Ann Kroll have created a wonderful exhibition of the history of the movement. So if anyone would like to go into that, that would be really good. And Guru Purnima begins every year in New Zealand. So I'm finishing with New Zealand. This is our group from 2 days ago in New Zealand at the Marshy Peace Palace in Orewa, outside of Auckland. And with all this, we say a big thank you that it came Maharshi's devotion to his master. He got filled with the grace of his master and got flooded with total knowledge, and he shared it with us. So we thank him and say Jai Gurudev.
Thank you so much, Dr. Morris, for this really heartfelt and beautiful journey that you took us on around the world. And I'm sure we have maybe even now some people from New Zealand connected, so it's great to, and other parts that we visited, so it's wonderful to be with all of you in this way. Now, tonight Dr. Nader is joining us online, and if he's available, we'd love to invite him to share his reflections on these impressive developments around the world before we go to the next part of our session. So if Dr. Nader is connected online, we'll just hand it over to the online team.
Yes,